Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I introduce it?
Go on, go. Introduce the show.
Hello.
No, I lied. You can't.
What? Come on, let me have a go. Right, you love it.
No, I don't trust you. Go. All right, go on.
Fine.
Go on.
Hello, and welcome to Talk Comics issue 16. We are here at Limited Edition Comics. As always, the best stocked comic shop in all of the UK. And might I say, with the best looking staff. You're not included. And we are here with your host, as always, Mr. Elias.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was the best introduction to my show that I've ever had that wasn't by me. That's the only one that was ever by me.
We'll change it each week. But...
I don't even know what to say. I'm lost. Do I quit now or? Thank you, Zach, for that wonderful introduction.
You're more than welcome.
And we've got some great reviews for this week. Shall I start? I think I should be you this week. You're going to be me, I'll be you.
Okay, cool. I like that. I can work with that.
So you can tell me whether we go first or not.
You can go first.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
Generous.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you for telling me if I can be on my own show. American Vampire, Scott Snyder, Stephen King.
We finally read it.
We finally got around to reading it. Oh, I'm so excited to talk about it. Did you like it?
I did. I'm struggling to remember what happened already, but yeah, I did like it. I thought it was
so. It changed your life, clearly.
Clearly, it was a real gripping read. That was.
Okay, well let's talk about the book for a minute. The book is split into several comics which have been split into two. One story which is written by Stephen King, and the other story which is written by Scott Snyder. Both stories are obviously based on vampires, but one follows a girl and what's happening to her, and how she ends up being a particular kind of vampire, and the other one follows one of the originals.
Which part did you prefer? Did you have a favourite part?
The Snyder one.
Yeah, me too. I preferred the Snyder one as well.
Do you know what? I preferred Stephen King's ending, but I preferred Scott Snyder's run in total. The thing that happened, I noticed first, was Stephen King's first issue was a struggle.
He's a lot more wordy. It's probably because he writes books.
Yes, I don't think he quite got comic dialogue right yet.
Yeah,
but you could see the guy is clearly extremely talented, which I don't have to tell you because of the films that have been made based on his books and the incredible books that he's written over his lifetime. But you could see the skill and the ability of the guy shining through as you read through the book. There's 4 volumes of this book out now, so this is volume 1. It's still easy to jump on board, not a problem at all. I didn't feel like I was going to be backlogged with lots to read, and it's kind of complete in itself. Did you feel that?
Yeah, but apparently, because this one is set mainly in the Old West.
Yes, in the Old West.
Apparently each volume is in a different century.
Right.
Which I didn't know. I got told that after I read it, and I think that sounds really good. I think that'll get lots better as years go on. Yeah,
and I suppose it's because you know that the storyline's going to progress each book. It has to, because to be in the next century or the next place in time, there has to have been a lot of history that's passed. So that's going to be a positive event.
I mean, I'm definitely going to pick up the second one.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Can I just point out one thing? And this is just in general with Vertigo and DC books, and we haven't really spoken about this yet, but it really gets on my nerves. Really gets on my nerves. This, okay, is the inside of the book, all right? And the inside of the book, right, has no cover to it.
No, it's not one of those pretty designs that you want.
You're paying for a hardcover. I really feel like the minimum they could do is put some ink on there so that you can actually read what it is you're holding. Because if you ever lose the sleeve, you're stuffed. You have to look inside. I mean, you can barely see the words. Anyway, it's just me getting.
Was the book what you expected?
No.
It was completely not what I expected.
No,
I did expect a bit glitzy vampire.
Yeah, I thought we were going to read like a...
Not at all.
True blood kind of vampire kind of style, but it wasn't like that at all.
It's
very different.
It's a good horror book. It's set in the Old West, and it is just a really cracking horror book.
Do you know what, though? I'm the fool here, because if you'd read Scott Snyder's Batman, you'd know the guy knows how to write horror. You know he knows how to create that kind of environment and that kind of scene. So it wasn't a surprise that I got it completely wrong. Until I read, you know what I mean? Like my pretenses were completely
I've just never heard you admit that you were completely wrong before. That was took me by surprise, that one.
Don't get used to it, Zach. Don't get used to it.
It filled me with hope for the future.
Can I just notice? This is just a point really of conflict between me and him. Do you remember there was a thing about a capuchin monkey? Did you know what?
I had a funny feeling.
Did you look it up?
After I watched the episode back, I was like, he's going to come back to that. That's going to bite me in the ass.
Did you look it up at all? Yeah.
I didn't look it up. I just accepted that I was probably wrong.
Go and look it up, Zach.
This is 29 Acacia Road, and this is Eric, the schoolboy who leads an amazing double life. For when Eric eats a banana, an amazing transformation occurs. Eric is Bananaman, ever alert for the call to action.
Yes. What do you got for us? Come on, speak up, or forever hold your pieces.
Spiderman.
Right.
Spiderman. Spiderman. New out this week. New hardcover by Brian Michael Bendis and Sarah Pichelli. Did I pronounce that one?
Yes, you did. You did well. Yeah, you did well.
No,
superb. Well done.
It's cracking. It's a crossover between the regular Marvel Universe Peter Parker and the new Ultimate Spider-Man Miguel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just getting my wires crossed in my head. Miguel, and it's cracking.
Wait a minute. Miguel's 2099. You mean Miles Morales, right?
See, look, I looked for you for confirmation, and you just didn't give it, did you?
I wasn't too sure where you were going with it. I thought you were talking about 2099 Spider-Man because I haven't read this book.
Miles, that was it, not Miguel.
I just like to point out I haven't read this book, so it's not my fault. This is his review. Keep it going, Zach. Keep it going. Roll it on, right? Miles Morales. Let's start again. Just go back one step. I'll cut this all out.
Jump back. Cool.
No,
right.
I won't.
First ever crossover between the Ultimate Universe and the regular universe,
right.
Which was something they said would never happen.
Right.
So when they said they were going to do it, everyone was a bit like, really? You're going to do that? But they pulled it off. They pulled it off so well. I mean, it's our regular Peter going into Miles' universe.
Right.
Where, I mean, in this universe, Peter's dead.
Right.
Peter's dead in the Ultimate Universe, and of course everyone knows that about his secret identity. Everyone knows him, and he's like struggling to deal with it because like he's going down the street and people are like that costume's just tasteful. Like, you can't wear that. Like you're dressing up as a dead superhero. And he's like, what? And then
But I'm alive. One of the
best bits. He goes and he meets Aunt May.
Right.
He meets Aunt May and he meets the Gwen,
ultimate Aunt May.
The ultimate Aunt May, the ultimate Gwen, and it's because he's obviously dead in that universe, and they just cry, and it's just
horrendous.
It's horrendous, but it is.
But in a good way.
Tell you the best line from the book. Yeah. Nick Fury. He goes. So is there a Nick Fury in your universe? And he goes, yeah. Oh, what's he like? He's white. Poor guy. Just thought it was fantastic.
So that's actually before the time when they switched to a black Nick Fury.
It was actually sort of as it was happening.
Really?
It was slightly after, but they kept the old humour.
Do you know what? I have to point out something interesting, which is that Miles Morales in the Ultimates currently, I think is losing quite a bit of pace. And I was hearing about sales recently for the Ultimate Spider-Man, and it seems to be tapering off, which suggests to me that they're going to have to do something with Miles. Now, there is a chance, after the success of this set of books...
Well, I don't read Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm since Ultimate, and I've read this, and I loved it. It was great.
But that's my point, and I think that there is a possibility that with the success of Miles Morales, we could see Miles enter the normal Spider-Man universe.
I don't see it happening.
You don't think so?
No.
No?
If I'm wrong, fair enough. I don't.
No? I think it's very possible. I think it's very possible. That's just my opinion. And I think if they don't do it, then it's going to make Miles a little bit irrelevant at some point. Because the whole Ultimate Universe has to keep continuing, and with the new Marvel now, that's going to be a real difficult pill to push.
I would tell you the ending.
Don't do it.
It makes your theory all that more
pertinent.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't do it to me, because you've built it up, and I want to read it. And that's what I hope you're feeling.
It is everything you want from a comic.
Really?
It's funny, it's witty, it's got emotion, it's art stunning, action, everything.
The only small insecurity I have here about reading this book that you've recommended so well is just previous books
that I've recommended.
That you've recommended. Mark Miller ones. That.
It's not Mark Miller, there you go.
Trouble. I was troubled to find out some of these.
You never read Trouble.
You're right, I didn't. I couldn't have tried. I did try. I couldn't get through the first comic. Let's move on. I've got Saga here.
I haven't read this one.
No?
No. You're going to teach me.
I'm going to teach you. Do you know what? For those people that don't know anything about Saga, Saga is written by Brian K. Vaughan, who originally wrote, or has written many stuff, but Why the Last Man, which I've just finished. Which you just reviewed.
Yep, I've just finished. Ago. Yep, just finished reading.
So did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
You loved it. So it was good all the way to the end. Even the ending you enjoyed? Yeah, I know. Don't. Because that's exactly how I felt as well. But like 99% of it was.
Yeah, if I'd done the review a week later, it would have been, slightly different. Yeah.
But the ending is a little bit of unfortunate. But let's talk about Saga, because that's what we're here to talk about. The artwork, lovely. You look inside, you can see the artwork's very, very nice. Especially, I like the colouring. Whoever did the colouring work, you did a great job. My biggest issue with Saga is that it's a build-up book. And very little happens in this book, storyline-wise, okay? Every week I hear about how wonderful Saga is from loads of comic retailers. You walk into a comic shop and they go on and on about Saga. And I kind of not too sure what it is that they're loving yet. And I'm not saying that it's not going to be brilliant, okay? Especially as we've just had issue 7 turn up, right? I'm not saying it can't be one of the best books that Brian's ever written. What I am saying, though, is that when you read this book, don't have the expectation that you're going to get a full story in here, because it's not. I'll give you a little bit of a quick rundown. The story's about two people on the opposite sides of what appears to be some kind of war-ish, right? You've got a guy who's in prison and a security guard-ish lady, and they seem to have got together and had a child. And there seems to be elements of magic and fantasy in this book, which make, you know, it all quite an interesting plot.
I got told Romeo and Juliet meets Star Wars.
Yeah, and I think that's not a bad, because they're opposite sides of the fence, and everybody's now after them. Both sides are wondering what's going on. So you got that kind of Romeo and Juliet thing going on there, and the Star Wars, I can understand that kind of sci-fi aspect, but I would add that you need to kind of drop in some kind of magic fantasy somewhere.
Okay.
All right, because
cool.
It's not quite the Force that they, you know, it's more magic. That's all I can say. I don't know. If it's worth a read.
Is it one of those you've got to read it?
So I've done a review where I actually don't know whether it's actually worth a read, and the reason is because until the next book comes out, or until the next set of issues come out and the storyline progresses, you can't really say whether this is going to be any good.
But some people love it. Some people rave about it, and some people...
I don't know what they're raving about. I'm still trying to work that out. And, you know, comment section below, that's where you need to tell us why Saga is, like, one of the best books you've read.
I think that's a read it, make up your own opinion book.
Really?
I don't think
do you think it's Marmite?
Push an
do you think it's Marmite? Do you think people love it or hate it?
I haven't said anyone hates it. I've heard people that are indifferent. I've heard people that absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Rave about it.
Yeah. So I'm very indifferent, and I'm not too sure yet, and I'm still open-minded to what could happen.
Yeah?
Yeah. One last thing before we disappear. I've noticed that the store now has the 8 vs X book.
That is now a tank of a book.
It's huge, isn't it?
It is massive.
It's a very exciting book to see.
I completely stumbled. I was about to say something, but...
What were you about to say?
Don't worry.
Did you like 8 vs X?
I did. I was about to rave about how expensive it was.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's exactly what everybody wants to hear. Not here, though. Get it here cheap. Cheap as chips. Right. Look, thank you guys for listening to the reviews this week. No, I'm not doing it. You're doing it, aren't you? You're going to do the exit. You're doing the intro. Look up. You're going to do the intro. Do the exit properly. Get on here and do the exit. You're going to do
As always, you're with your host, Ellie, though you didn't do a lot of hosting this week, but we'll accept that. We'll let him off this week. He's been very busy. He's tired. And you've got your special guest, me, as always. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
You're going to push me off?
Nah.
You have to push me off. So you got another special offer for us today, Rich. What have you got?
We've got the A vs X hardcover collector's edition, which collects all 12 issues, or I'd say 13 issues with the issue 0, and 1 to 6 of A versus. And we've got $75 on it, and we're looking at $37.50 with free shipping.
$37.50 with free shipping. That is really, really good. This is actually a really expensive book, and $37.50 is really cheap for that book.
Nice
so check it out, guys. And I seriously, there's a link below in the description, and press on that, and it'll take you straight to the special offer.
Of course. Great stuff.
Cheers. Thank you very much. See you soon.